Well, hello, stars. It's the Mermaid. How's everyone doing? Okay, it's Tuesday, so is our upload day. It's April the 8th. All right. I made a beautiful, I dressed this candle. Um, I have pine and cinnamon, okay? And the cinnamon is for protection, is for abundance, is to sweeten your life. Coffee and cinnamon are two products, items you can use in manifestations that are their anchors, okay? They anchor in your wishes, your manifestations. Cinnamon is used for healing, for abundance. It protects you. It just it imbibes um, everything around it. It makes it sweeter. It accelerates the process in a kind, gentle, loving way. And similarly, coffee does it's similar to cinnamon, but um, it takes your manifestations faster. That's right. It's spiritual support in a sweet, loving way, and then pine, very similar to pine is very similar to cinnamon in that way. It's it's um, it's a wonderful healer. I've been using a lot of pine and a cedar lately. Put it next to the angel. Okay. All right. So the moon phase for today is waxing gibbous. Okay. For Tuesday, April the 8th, it's waxing gibbous. And also, it's in Virgo. And I went on to moongiant.com to get that information. Um, Full moon on Easter Sunday, all right? But these are the attributes you should be enacting at this time. Patience. Edit and refine to me means, what are you keeping? Okay. All right. Go over your contracts before the full moon. It could be with the person that does your lawn. It could be any energy in your life. Edit and refine it. It could even apply to the foods you consume. Clothes. Edit and refine. And then what's right under that? Gestation. Yeah. If you notice, if you pick up on the nuances that certain foods, your body doesn't like it anymore, edit and refine. Certainly, if you have a dream journal and you are practicing mindfulness, you which are parts of your spiritual inner healing journey, certain foods won't resonate anymore. You would be surprised as you start your spiritual journey. There are certain foods that are associated to your past that actually are part of the trauma. Okay. Um, and when you, as you heal that part of you, the little girl or the little boy in you, certain foods you just release them, and I don't know 100% why that is. Please feel free to put that in the comments. But I did notice, at different parts, stages of my own journey, I didn't like certain foods anymore. And when I tell you, it was instantaneous and full stop. Okay, and that's just what it is. And before the full moon, we should be nurturing every aspect of ourselves. Well, this is in general, okay? This is so nifty. I don't pull this out as much, but certainly before the two major moon cycles, I should. And then, so we're not quite halfway to the full moon. But during the full moon, okay, so today's Tuesday. You should start to feel the pull of the moon, okay? And these are lunar cycles because the moon controls, well, obviously they're moon cycles. So, yeah, you should start to feel the shift, especially if you live near a body of water. You should certainly start to feel a shift in the lunar energy, peak energy, blessings. You'll notice, who knows? Maybe you'll find money in the couch, or you'll go somewhere and they're like, it's on the house. Okay, joy and gratitude. We should always stay in that energy, blossoming and celebration. All right. So usually in your for the new moon, we lay our intentions. What would we like to attract by the moon cycles? Okay, so full moon is, it's for you to receive. I'm accepted. You're approved. Um, you know, all of those wonderful things is reciprocity for all of the hard work and the beautiful energy that you put forth in the world. Uh, and speaking of blessings, yeah, I um, this happens from time to time. But I went somewhere, and I was like, okay. I'm like, okay, how much is it? And she was like, you know what? We're getting ready to close. I had interacted with her before. She's like, don't worry, it's on the house. I'm like, are you absolutely sure? She says yes. These type of things happen. Or I was traveling one time, and I don't know, like, she could have charged me an extra fee, or something like that. And she's like, it happens. They're like, don't worry about it. The universe always, and that's how you know that your blessings are manifesting positively. You know, you're walking into a store, and people open the door or they smile at you. These are indications from the universe that you are reciprocity for that. These are reciprocity of blessings and positive energy. I was at the grocery store, or yeah, it was a store, and this guy, he was like way ahead of me, but he saw me. That man held the door for, like, I was so surprised. He had a bunch of crap in his hands. That man held the door for me. I'm like, well, thank you. He said, no problem. I'm like, okay, don't start nothing. But yeah, you will start to see different blessings, and I will start to I will see what the animal kingdom. Some of us may be seeing a lot of birds. I've been seeing a lot of crows, and that's another thing. It's spring, and I do see a lot of different birds coming back, but you may find some feathers. That's the universe and your ancestors giving you messages from the spirit world. You can look it up online. Most people tend to find gray feathers. Okay, those are spiritual messages, certainly from your spirit team. Sometimes you're blessed enough to find a white feather or a black one. So, white and black feathers have very specific meanings. All right. So we see here Foresight, the giraffe, one of my favorite animals. I would like to go on safari, but Mermaid ain't doing that. Oh my god! Oh my gosh! Let me share with you guys. There was this beautiful family. I believe, yeah, they went to Kenya. They're African, okay? They're African, and they went to safari, and I believe Moroccan, and she took her mother on safari because she really. It was so nice to see a mother daughter. Her mommy. It was all women. Mommy and her two daughters. They're all adults, a little younger than me, but oh, and they took the grandkids too. But it was all an all women safari, and they had to sleep up in those trees because of El Leon. I'm like, you could hear the lion. Listen, if you've ever been on the continent of Africa, that's not a good feeling. Let me just tell you, when you hear certain animals, f that. Woo! But you could hear the lions at night. They make that stupid sound. I'm like, could you please shut up? Could you please shut up? But mom was making. They had this beautiful meal. They had ugali and some different things, and um, ugali. Let's do a little history food lesson, okay? In West Africa, you're going to have fufu. You're going to have kenke. You're going to have eba. You're going to have, some people call it swallow. Then you move over here to Eastern Africa, you're going to have, the Horn of Africa, you're going to have injera. Then you drop down to Kenya, Tanzania, you're going to have ugali. Okay? And you know what, in South Africa, I don't know, I forget what they call it. But in the Caribbean, these are all different types of fungi. Okay? Now, ugali's made more with corn, right? In West Africa, because they have a plethora of it, they make theirs out of cassava and yam. Ghana makes a particular um, fufu with ripe plantain. Yee! That one I like because it's sweeter, and Mermaid likes sweet things. Ew. All right, look at here. What your spirit said, that's enough of that. Get to the message. Gee, they treat us rough in here. They treat us rough. Somebody decided that come hell or high water, they're going to start the healing. And I'm so happy to hear it. I'm so happy that you started to heal and you treat yourself sweet. Empathy. Yes. Uh huh. Uh huh. Yes. All right. I'll pull two more. But yes. So if you're from the Caribbean, and let me include Guyana. Listen, this one lady, she's so sweet. I was on her page, and she says, "You people from the Caribbean, the way you treat us people from Guyana, we part of the Caribbean. We love you, Guyana. Use one of we. It's okay. We love you. Now, let me just preface this. Okay? Now, there's two. Now, Guyana is located in South America. Actually quite close to Barbados. Um, and and their culture is very different from actually the rest. The rest of their continent. Um, but growing up, Guyana was not considered part of the Caribbean. And they have every right, similar to a lot of countries that were under a certain flag that wants to have to self recognition and self definition. I really appreciate that they say, listen here, our culture is closer to y'all, which is true, and I didn't realize that. Then we love Brazil, and we love Peru, and we love Colombia, and we love um, Ecuador, but our culture is really closer to Barbados and the rest of y'all, and so we would like to, um, we asked permission to be part of the El Caribe, and here you are, and we it came out again, purification. You're going through a purification. Be kind with yourself. Be kind with yourself. Okay. She says, "Oh my goodness!" And you know something? Um, what was I saying in Guyana? And I'm making fun of it because I think it's silly. Um, yes, they in Guyana, and I'm not picking on you guys. They say they call it chicken curry, but that makes sense. The chicken is curry, and curry chicken makes sense too. There are way too many issues of colonial thinking that are um, hurtful generational wise. There's enough crime and healing that we need to delve into. Please, all of these, this flag against that flag, um, that I see online that is so silly, because that's not who we are. Honestly, to be truly honest, um, the flag that you represent, your ancestors, some of them don't recognize it. They're happy that you still eat fungi and certain things, and you still understand the word mumu and different things, but they don't recognize flags, because when you're, whichever generation it was that was stolen and enslaved, they don't recognize. They recognize the flag as pain. They don't recognize it as something, but it doesn't mean that we can't be proud of where we are now. But just be mindful. People are, I mean, big on arguments about, um, what is it? Big arguments about flags and how to pronounce chicken curry, curry chicken. And this one guy, I mean, and people actually, um, will choose not to date someone based on the football team they um they cheer for. Somebody asked me which team I like, and I said a particular one, and he looked at me crazy because he likes Manchester. I'm like, sir, I don't. I mean, neither one of us own a part of either team. I'm like, I just choose a team, and I'm like, I hope they do well. That's how I choose. You know, you getting all up in arms over a football team, and you're not even an athlete. Calm the fuck down. Okay. So while whomever this energy is for that I'm picking up on, you understand. Oh, so under empathy, okay, decisiveness and healing, you. So people were placating you, like, oh, your childhood wasn't that bad. Oh, that's mommy. Blah 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 blah. They were giving you. They were keeping you stuck. Ooh, that's what they're saying. They're keeping you stuck, honey. And you have to, you're not looking back either. You're not looking back. You're just like, I have to heal. And so I'm not sure which level, because snakes represent healing. That's why the snake, if the medical seal is the snake and the staff, which is 100% Egyptian. I beg your pardon. Oh, yeah, okay. Omatep says, give him back his shit. Um, and you're shedding the old. Yes, you're edit. What is it? What did we say? We're edit. Yeah, we're editing. Is that what they said? We're editing. We're edit and refine. Okay, that's perfect. So, well, let's say no more. Waxing Gibbous, Tuesday, April the 8th. You're being patient with yourself while you're going through this gestation of healing. Nurture your life. Okay, edit and refine. You understand that you're, whomever these people are, they intentionally wanted you stuck. And koalas tend to eat one thing for the rest of their life. But instead of that, You are using your discernment, the lynx, dolphin, playfulness, rabbit, fertility, and moose authority. Most importantly, you took complete control of your life. And I am very happy about that. Took control. Control. What you wanna look? Okay, let's take three of the, I call them the jumbo magic tarot, and stop. What's on the bottom for you, baby? Yes, you're tapping into your magic. Hee. Okay, one. All right, professional athletes, NBA people, whether you're retired or not. And Spirit set to say that not only the NBA and retired, but those in college, because that's where it starts. Yeah, y'all have to, everybody that wants to perform fellatio for you, most of them are sent. Okay? Some don't care, but some do, okay? So the first card out was, we call it start and stop. A lot of us, the way we were taught about relationships often left us in the Four of Cups. It was unfulfilling because it was based off of somebody else's faulty ideas about love. I know when we were between 14 and 17, one of our aunties, she was like, yeah, men only want one thing. What she was projecting is, if I don't sleep with a man, I can't get his attention. Well, she should have looked inward. She could have actually completed that sentence and say, men only want one thing. I find if I don't sleep with a guy, he doesn't stick around. And that would have given us something else to think about. And I didn't care for her very much, so I just, I threw that out. Her conditioning didn't mean shit to me, so that was that. Okay, Page of Wands. Yes! What did I say? Immature relationships. You attract people who are unhealed. Oh, and then you too were childlike in relationships, unbeknownst to you. You could have, listen, you could have a PhD, you could have a $2 million house, your garage is full of whips, but emotional, these cups represent emotions. Your child hadn't healed, so you can, I see a big, oh, okay, oh, I don't like that. Ooh, none of us do. Let's see if I can, not if. Let's bring this a little. Let's shift it, man. Let's do a shift. Oh, that's better. Yeah, it was the way we looked at relationships was unhealed. That's much better. Was unhealed, and then the third card was, once you self-value, okay, self-reflection. You don't. Didn't we say authority on top of the wheel? When you're healed and you see yourself as top tier, my love, that's what you're telling the universe. I'm going to turn this a little bit. Ooh, you're just doing the most. Yeah, that's a little better. Okay. You're telling the universe, I want this. I no longer want relationships that are fleeting, that I want someone who has gone through the transformation process of healing. And there's a little bit of get my pointer, there's a tad of the sun is coming through. Okay, I don't know, let's see. Yeah, Anubis is on the bottom. So, just so you know, Anubis is, you've had a rebirth. We know the lion is about authority, king, queen of the jungle there. Okay. All right. Oh, and I just want to mention to you, if you do visit the continent of Africa, let me tell y'all something. Let me tell you something. Okay, deep breaths. We can do this. The animals there are huge. The large, okay, well, I don't want to pick on a particular list. I don't know. The San Diego Zoo is famous, yeah. I don't care how the largest male lion you have at the San Diego Zoo. You understand me? A baby lion that was, you know, born on the continent. They're just so big. I'm like, where go? I was not going into that. They call it something. And look, I'm not going in there. Preserve or whatever. I'm like, I'm trying to preserve myself. I'm like, I'm not going in there. Uh-uh. They're just so big. I'm like, what? The rhino, everything is still. I'm like, I'm like, that's a baby lion. Why is it 8 feet tall? And then the mane, and I'm like, I'm not going in there. I walked in, and why do you walk in and the lions are face? It's like excuse me. Okay, calm down. It's like I'm walking in, and the lion is like he's locked in on me. I'm like, hey, intuition was like, clink, 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 clink. It was a no. It was a no. All right. Oh, and Fourth Cups, they're saying, when there are some parents that don't realize that they are passing on negative behaviors to their kid, and they some do the best they can, their best is toxic, and that's just it's just what it is. Somebody put it. Where is that light coming? Oh, is it this? No, it's not that. I don't know. I'm seeing a little smudge. All right, and we move. All right. Why is it doing that? Because it wants to. All right. All right. These are cards. Spirit wanted me to bring. This is the Witching Hour cards. Let's see what's going on in the witchy world for this person who's on top of their wheel. I feel that it's a male energy. Men are taking their powers. Yes, you have multiple powers. A lot of men, just like women, think that their power lies between their thighs. Grandma says, hello, Grandma. I'm not saying this. It's just, all right now. The same way women are taught, some, unfortunately, that your power lies between your thighs. Men think that, you gotta lay it down, put it down. And all men are not created equal. Solitary witch, there's only one word for witch, whether you're male or female. Okay? And somebody is healing themselves. And you have to do it by yourself. And you're getting better each moon cycle. Yeah, of course. You have to go within and heal. Okay? We've said this multiple times. Yes. Self-love and acceptance is on the bottom of the deck. Let's take two more. Yes. Somebody's learning occult knowledge. Occult just means hidden knowledge. Like some people didn't realize you can do an egg cleanse. Some people didn't realize that's all it is. And you're learning about yourself, and you're learning about energy and how powerful your thoughts are. Okay, so that's 2, that's 3, that's 5. What's on the bottom? Okay, she doing a little too much. But you let loose. You let loose. Okay? One more. All right, you're letting loose, and you're going through a transformation. Talked about the crows and how poignant that she's in the forest and she's healing, or the depiction of the photo here is healing. All right, beautiful. Yes, yes. Let's see. Well, her hair's changing too. She's really connecting to Gaia. It looks like she has locks or something, but the feathers. Those are her ancestors. Okay, number 3, definitely. 3. What's the other one? 2. 233. Look up that number. Look up that number. All right. These cards are affirmation oracle cards that teach you to let go. We'll grab two of those. The first one that came out, cover her chesticles. Trusting in life. Yes, you're not worrying about anything. You know that God has you, and you have achieved clarity in your relationship to yourself, relationship in connection to parents or a lover. Okay, you're like, I don't think so. I don't think so. Healing is powerful. Some people won't like you. They'll say you're weird, and you talk to them about Mermaid's channel. They say she weird too. Yeah, her family told us about her. Is that right? Woo! Is that right? Yeah, spaciousness to work. Spaciousness. What do I no longer need? Help me, God, to release whatever people, places, or things are on that drain me of my. Miss Look, see butterfly, mariposa. In spirituality, that means change and transformation. And in that vein, somebody's going to the upper room. Yeah. Somebody's gone to the upper room. Okay, work. I'm now available to receive all who can benefit from my work. Use me to relieve suffering on the planet. May all who need me find me. Ashe. The divine is my complete source for all prosperity and will provide. Ashe, ashe. Yes, that's what. Yes, so yes, if you find this message, you're meant to find it because they block my devices and shit. And well, yeah, but they can't block what God wants me to say. I work for the Most High God, Yeshua, and no one else. Right? Nobody can stop what God has for you. I can just tell you guys, I didn't know that. Anywho, somebody thought that they were able to eliminate or curtail or eliminate my running for something that I had not known about in the past. Spirit just wanted me to do different things. And actually, had I taken that position then, sometimes with some jobs, you get into a position and you're kind of pigeonholed. And after you've grown all you can, you move on to a new position. But the psychic abilities that are online now, it's magnificent. That job would have been great for me then. Just know if you're in a relationship with somebody and your friend poaches or messes with them or they're sliding in their DMs, even if they're not something physical going on, well, there is, well, emotional is, or whatever it is, take the signs and just say, thank you, universe. Thank you, next. Everything is bigger and brighter right now in my life, and I am so grateful and thankful. And it's so funny because somebody that poached and did a smear campaign on me for this particular position, not only you want to hear some, y'all want to hear a little comeuppance. Not only did that heifer lose that job, but it was discovered that she plagiarized some of my work. That's one. Um, and and so she plagiarized my work. She produced said work as her own. That's a whole nother thing. But these people realized that she was using my stuff. Um, presenting it as her own. And so I'm getting recognition for, I will get recognition for that, but also something even more beautiful that's more aligned with me. That company, I mean, yeah, they do good things, but what God has aligned for me now, or what's coming for me in the future, is more aligned with where I am, mind, body, and spirit. So somebody said to me, "Oh, I applied for this job and they rejected me." I'm like, "No, they didn't reject you. Spirit is letting you know that you wouldn't align with that job. You're looking at the money and the benefits. No, you have to look at the totality and the culture and whether or not it's hybrid. And honestly, for your own mental health, every position you apply for should be hybrid, because who is commuting to work every day? Who? But yeah, yes, yes, sometimes people assume if there's a delay in justice, but God wanted to make sure that everyone in God gave some people some time when when they realized that it was plagiarism and other intellectual property stolen infringement going on. If they would continue with the foolishness, some did, some didn't. Some people did whistleblow, and congratulations, and God is going to bless you in different ways and move you away from this company that doesn't, do things on the up and up. Okay, everybody, when people say, "Oh, you're chosen, your life is easy," what? God tests us every day. And if we don't do what we're supposed to do, if we abuse our gifts, they will be taken away. And on top of that, if we willingly abuse our gifts, woo, our karma will be, it will be steep. I'm telling you. But when you're healed, you have no desire to hurt others. You have no desire to steal from others. For what? Everything that you need is within you. See, that's the difference. When you're healed, you know that anything you need, you have it. Everything I need is already mine. I don't need, because I am divine. I don't need to look at your paper or look at your relationship or what you drive and in any way feel jealous for what? Everything that you want is already, what you are seeking is already seeking you. In the vein of work, years and years ago, I went on an interview. It was the most casual interview. I don't know why, and people like they want three callbacks and they want your firstborn and they want blood for it's a job. You guys need to calm down, okay? In my opinion, if they need, what is it? Okay, after you get through the first process, if they need more than three interviews, that's not the place for you. Unless you're gonna work at the Pentagon and it's it's a no, and that's only because of clearances. Why do I need four interviews? That's a lot of time. No, I'm not willing to do that, and I have actually said that. But yeah, so I interviewed, and I didn't hear back from her for a week, and I had actually, I already had something, but you know, Spirit showed me, and I was, that'd be a cool place to work. And I actually didn't have a whole lot of experience in that particular field, like industry. It was like manufacturing, or it was something else. I don't know. It was aerospace or manufacturing or construction. The work I do, yes, but not in those particular industries. And then I heard back from her for a week. After a week, and she's like, when you interviewed, excuse me, I wanted to give you the job right then and there, but they told me I had to wait and that I was too eager and that I should interview other people. And so I did what they said and I interviewed other people. But when you walked in and we spoke, the job was yours. And I started laughing. That was one of the best jobs I've ever had. It was such a supportive environment. Um, people really respected each other, and if there was a troublemaker, she did her job as a supervisor. I don't know, maybe yeah, I think she was a little bit spiritual, and she recognized when somebody was on the team causing trouble, she put them in check. If you want to continue working here, listen, do your job, have a hangout after work with us and stuff, but we're not going to allow you to create discord. I mean, she didn't say that in front of us, but you would notice after a while. So she would make the just us being happy and in cohesion. People who are troublemakers and bullies would not. They won't feel comfortable in that environment because they can't energy harvest off of us. Yeah, yeah. And our goddess for today, 1, 2, 3, is Kali Ma. It's interesting because Kali Ma came to me in a dream. All right, you're starting something new, boo. What? You're starting something new, boo. Yes, we talked about it. Okay, perfect. Edit. What is it? Edit. When you edit and replace, that's what you're doing. It says the old must be released so that the new can enter. And also, I went to a plant sale a couple of years ago, and I had some pots. I forgot I had those pots on my deck, and I went outside a couple of years ago. Oh shit, a couple of days ago, and I have. Remember, I said I was going to plant strawberries. I already have, see, God is saying, sweetheart, the kindness and the work that you have put forth, your seeds have my plant. So I already have strawberries, and I'm really hoping I have a beautiful lily. Is that a tulip? I don't even know. The little stick came out of the plant. It's I believe it's a tulip. I might have my tulip. I saw two little buds on there. Um, I have tulips. I have strawberries. I have this other plant. I'm not sure where that one is. Uh, I don't even know how these things are fully grown. Um, so that's a message too. It's harvest season for the growth that we have put in. Have faith. Have faith that all is well. Trust in life. Kalima is with us today. Yeah. So Kali is here. The animal kingdom is here. Your spirit team is telling you no more. Yeah, you decided you wanted something different. You don't want to be in a cage and be sad. Okay? All right. Tuesday, April the 8th, I am the Mermaid. I will see you guys probably on Thursday. Have a great, productive day. Take care.